Welcome back to Sutton Bourbon and Smoke. I'm Forrest. This is Taylor. That's Kevin. Man, we're here back in the bourbon deck, on the bourbon deck tonight.
Not drinking bourbon.
Not drinking bourbon.
Yeah.
Not drinking bourbon. We're actually going to be drinking some rye whiskey tonight. We got the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, and then Taylor's Old Forester single barrel proof rye. So, kind of let you know what we think.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
yeah. So we'll pour them up.
Yep. Pull them up. I'll start working this way with this.
Yeah, expecting a big heavyweight battle here because these are two
Sure.
really, really good pours.
Well, and we came about these both very different ways. The Old Forester here, we won down at Southern Spirits, our store of choice down in South Carolina right now, at an Easter egg hunt. They hit a bunch of Easter eggs with little labels for what bottle you won, and my wife went ahead and got that Old Forester single barrel proof rye.
Yep.
And then Forrest.
This one, we were actually in the mountains on vacation and decided we were going to run over to Tennessee and just see what they had. Not to buy nothing, just see what they got, right? And
Sure.
ended up picking up something I think at every store we went to. If you guys saw the bourbon hunt video on TikTok, you guys already know.
Yeah.
But this one, man, did pay over MSRP, didn't quite pay secondary for it.
Yeah,
but
you haggled it down a little bit.
was able to haggle it down a little bit because we were outside of North Carolina. So the clerk was actually able to, get her boss on the phone so we could haggle a little bit, which is really awesome. So I think that was White House Liquor in Rowan, Tennessee.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So check them out if you guys are passing through.
And if you're going to drink over 130 proof rye whiskey, don't do as heavy of a pour as I just did.
Yeah.
We'll see how things go at the end of the video.
Yeah. What are these? So
that's higher than this.
This is 136. The
and
Jack.
that's like 132-ish.
132.4.
Woohoo! See y'all at the end of the video.
Yeah.
132.4 and what was that? 136?
135.
135.7.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're both bringing the heat.
Both bringing the heat.
But as you can see, we've gotten into it a little bit, so we kind of know a little bit of what to expect. And even with that heat, beautiful, just like Forrest said.
Which one are we going to do first?
Went with that Jack first, I think.
In my right hand, I got the Jack.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Yeah.
And you're getting those like just green herbal rye notes off the nose.
Man, you guys know me. I'm developing a taste for rye whiskey, starting with high rye bourbons, and this is one of the first ryes that I tasted that I actually liked after you got it recently. And you guys know here on the channel, I'm a Jack fan. So
that's true.
I think I try to buy really as much of their limited release as I can.
Sure.
Man,
A little baked bread there.
Mm-hmm.
this one lives up to the hype on the nose. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, and to top it all off, you turn into a little proof hound.
Indeed.
So
Indeed. I think we all have.
Yeah.
I think we've all turned into little proof hounds.
100%. But high proof Jack with your developing rye taste. This should be firing on all cylinders here.
Yeah, you get that
And it
nose
is.
all the way down there. It's
Oh yeah.
Man, there's a little ethanol, a little Sharpie on the nose.
Come
for
back
sure.
with a few fewer nose hairs.
Yeah.
That's nice though.
nice.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so good.
Oh man.
Quintessential rye flavors here.
Man, you got to quit with that.
Tell me
Man,
it's not.
Rye forward on the palate.
Yep.
Man, you get that just a punch of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. I can't believe that's a $60 bottle.
Yeah. No, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it does. That rye spice hits you right up front and just blows out your palate in a really good way. Like because you can come in with way too much heat and just completely ruin your palate.
Right.
This comes in with a good amount of heat, a ton of that rye spice, but it's just not overpowering. It's so good.
Man, and for those of you guys that don't drink a ton of ryes, but you're into bourbon, right? Like so.
Sure.
I mean, you are getting that cinnamon, that nutmeg that you normally get on the finish from a bourbon, but just on the front end here. So.
Yeah.
Kevin, what are you getting?
got a little bit of bacon spice in there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, that rye, a little bit of baked bread.
Yeah. Man, it's good though.
Man, it's sweet too though.
Yeah.
It's like sweet and savory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are some ryes that tend to just like really overpower you with the rye spice.
Yeah.
It's real savory experience, real herbal experience, and that's fine if that's really what you like. But this balances it out nicely.
And
with some
not
sweetness.
yeah, not a big pepper flavor at the
No.
at the end at all. It's,
No, it's not as for being as rye forward as it is. It's not as spicy as you might equate like other ryes to be.
That's excellent. I'm just blown away that, I mean, if Jack does what they say they're going to do, and this is just going to be a staple, it's supposed to be on the shelf like the other gold label.
Yeah, it'll always be on my cabinet.
Yeah, it's 100% will always be in my cabinet when it reaches that availability level.
And I think my thing is I'm more of a bourbon guy than a rye guy, but I would put that on my shelf before I'd put the single barrel proof rye. The gold
Oh,
label.
man.
That is so good. Yeah.
Firing shots.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Hot takes out here from the bourbon guy that started off more as a rye guy, and I don't know, I'm coming around. That right there is so good.
Man, it is. It is good.
And what I really with this one, I can just see you sitting by the fire down by the lake.
Sure.
When it's cool this fall, this winter.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah. Very nice.
Hopefully
It's great now.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
whatever,
And
80-some degrees right now this evening.
we're actively sweating on the porch.
Yeah.
We do it for you. We
It's
do
nice
it for
though.
you.
I'm going to switch over to this Old Foe.
Well, we got a lot more of it to drink. This is a very heavy pour. Sorry, not sorry, because I think we're going to enjoy it probably.
That Jack Daniels is so good.
So now the Old Foe here, not as much spice on the nose.
No.
It's
No,
a bit
it's
rounder of a nose, not as
It's not.
proofy of a punch. on the
Yes,
nose.
exactly. I'm not getting the Sharpie and the ethanol that I was getting on the Jack on the nose.
Yeah.
You shove that nose in there, you'll get it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's try that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. You just
Man.
gotta dip your beak in.
I'm getting that fresh baked bread that I normally
Sure.
get on a Old Foe. You know,
Yeah.
just like out of the regular bourbon, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm getting that here too, a little rye spice.
I'm excited to get this one on the.
But,
On the
but
palate.
getting a little, is that brown sugar maybe? I don't know. A little, it's a sweet.
I was trying to discern that as well. I didn't know if it was maple or that was brown sugar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get it on your tongue. Splash a little bit of that on your tongue. See how you feel. Yeah, that sweetness is all the way through there. It's
Man, that's excellent.
it's almost like the sweetness and everything is what you would expect from it's almost like a super high rye bourbon.
Yeah.
Like it could almost fall into that category.
I was getting ready to say the same. I would love to know the mash bill of both of these.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
100%.
I'm sure we could
Yeah.
Google it and somebody speculated what it is.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
But this is like a high rye bourbon in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This is excellent.
And people look at there, you say 126 proof. That didn't drink 136 proof.
Right.
Yeah.
This doesn't drink 126 at all.
Yeah.
It is so smooth.
Oh, this is 132.
Yeah, 132.4.
Oh, this is 132.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it even
126,
even for 132,
No way.
like it doesn't drink that proof.
It's not.
Oh,
it's
my Lord.
it's a little warm. Don't get me wrong, but
no,
it's
sure,
not.
yeah.
It's not like burning you out. You know.
Yeah. And again, for like new rye people, like I mean, maybe don't run for the barrel proofs yet, but when you start getting there, like neither of these are going to blow you away heat wise or spice wise.
Right.
And I think they let the rye flavors come through in a really good way that doesn't
Yeah.
burn you out or anything.
Wow.
Yeah, because like I say, you get that, like I say, that maple. It's not the brown sugar like Old Forester 1910, right? It's
Right,
not
right,
the
right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get just a hint of it.
Yeah, it's
Hint of
just
the maple.
just different enough from like
Yeah.
their like Whiskey Row series offerings or
Yeah.
even their regular rye, the 100 proof rye.
Right.
This just comes in with like a almost completely different profile,
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
so good.
Yeah. Man, I got to go back to the other one now.
I know. Like,
I mean,
now
they're
I'm trying
both
to like,
excellent.
go back
Yeah.
and forth.
Man, well, both of these, if you guys don't know at home, I mean, both of these are brown-forman products.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
This one is going to be tough for you to get your hands on, and I hate it because it's so good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. This one
like I say,
should be.
This one should be coming more available for you guys on the shelf there, from what I understand.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man.
I will say though, I haven't seen it here in North Carolina yet. I've only seen it in South Carolina and Tennessee.
When it shows
this
up
point.
here in North Carolina, we're in the Charlotte, Mecklenburg area. When it shows up, it is like just few and far between. One store might get a
Yeah.
couple bottles and they're gone.
Okay.
And then even just right across the border in South Carolina, they'll get maybe a case and it's gone within the
Right.
hour. Like
Right.
it's highly sought after for good reason. It's so good, and I've been going back and forth now, and I'm getting like almost straight up maple syrup out of the Jack.
Man, it's funny. I was sitting here thinking the exact same thing.
That like you could put this on pancakes, dude. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
I think nose-wise, I love that Jack. Oh. Man, you're the
Man,
Jack guy.
The last time we tried this, this was a fresh bottle crack for us, and this one was kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, they both had some time to get some air out of them now. I'll turn them
Yeah.
sideways so you can
Oh
see.
my Lord, on the nose.
You know.
Yeah, the Jack now.
But
Oh, the
coming back-
Jack is just straight maple syrup.
I can't believe this is a $60 pour.
Yeah, no,
Or a
unbelievable.
$60 bottle.
Unbelievable.
$60 bottle.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Unreal. And then, full disclosure, the Old Forester, we paid maybe a few bucks over MSRP for it, but I got it at the store $92 out the door. So, I mean, still not an insane price for
Yeah.
such a good bottle. And a bottle that, like Forrest said,
Man.
you're never going to find this on the shelf. Like, this is good. You're going to have to
It's
get
gonna
this
be
in a very special
Yeah, it's going to be
situation.
tough. Yeah.
We were in a store with, a couple hundred other people looking for little Easter eggs, and that's how my wife found it.
The Jack does have a kick at the end, though. It kicks you.
You feel it right there at the bottom of the
Oh,
throat.
yeah,
You get it a
it's
little
got-
bit.
I mean, that's-
yeah,
I guess that's the Tennessee hug, right? That's not the Kentucky
yeah,
hug.
yeah. That'd be your Tennessee
It's a hug. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I like it.
Yeah.
We had 136 proof. It's hard to hide that at the end, but it doesn't overpower you.
No. It's
Man, so let's just say you walk into a store, right, and it's limit one only.
Oh, jeez.
You got to walk out of the store. You only have the opportunity to walk out of the store with one of them. You know, which one are you picking, or are you picking something else?
I'm walking out of the store with one. I'm going to my car, get my knife, cutting my hair off,
Yeah,
going back in.
yeah. I'm gonna throw on
I don't have a
sunglasses
lot
and a
to cut-
hat,
and go and get the other one.
maybe a mask.
Paying a hobo to go in and
Yeah,
get the other
Yeah.
one for you.
we've
Yeah.
seen that.
I would split if it was in cooler weather. I would say that the Jack, and in warmer weather, I would drink the Old Forester.
I think that's honestly probably a fair assessment. Yeah,
And I would love to have both of them in the cabinet, and I would drink. I mean, I would keep them in the cabinet.
yeah.
They're both A plus.
I think
That politician answer there had
Yeah.
had to pick both. You know.
I think there's great whiskey on both sides.
Yeah.
One of the things is I think what it comes down to is like how much of a rye person are you versus how much of a bourbon person are you?
Fair enough.
Because
Yeah,
that
fair
Jack
enough.
is going to be, I mean, it's rye
Yeah.
all the way through. You get a couple little sweeter notes and some more almost bourbony notes, but the Old Forester is like it's as close as you can get to a high rye bourbon without being a bourbon. Like it's
Right.
clearly still a rye,
Right.
obviously, but it's so much sweeter. You get more of those brown sugar, vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon through there, like the stuff you would expect from a bourbon. And I'm a little bit partial to Old Foe, and so I might go that route.
Yeah.
For $30 more, I mean it's a good bottle to have on the shelf.
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep some of those biases out, especially.
It totally is hard to keep the biases
Yeah.
out. It really is hard to keep the biases out. So, I mean, for me, what was it? 3 weeks ago, we blinded these off camera.
Yeah, something like that.
And I'm going to stick with, even though I'm biased, right?
Yeah.
It hurts me to say this after I'm drinking them here and I know what's in each glass, right? And
Yeah.
right now, I want to say, man, I love that Jack Daniel's nose.
Sure.
I'm getting maple and
yeah.
banana and then the rice spice.
100%.
And you sip on it and it's got that sweet palate that I like.
Yep.
Is a little punchy at the end,
Oh, but
right? Is a little
I love
punchy at the
that,
end,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. None of us dislike that.
No.
No,
And then you got the Old Foe, which is not as great on the nose.
No.
Not as
No.
great on the nose. You do get that rye spice.
Yep.
You take a sip of it though, and man, it's not rye forward. It's got some bourbon notes up there. It's got that, I would say, the brown sugar, like a little bit of red fruit, and then you get like a punch of rye at the end.
Sure.
When we blinded these, I said Old Foe, but it's a photo finish.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
photo finish, right?
I think we were all like
think
right
I'm
there. We
saying-
were like Old Foe by just like a nose.
Yeah.
And that was really it.
I'm gonna say Old Foe now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Old Foe now.
Yeah. It's tough to say.
Yeah, I mean, if it was snow on the ground, you were outside, out by the fire,
Give us that Jack
I'd
Daniels
want
all
the
day.
Jack Daniels.
Oh,
I love
for
that
sure.
kick, yeah.
Yeah.
I think ultimately what we can say, here comes another politician answer. If you find either of these at MSRP, just grab them.
You better buy them.
You're going to love
Yeah,
it.
you
You're
better
going to
buy 'em.
love it. You're not going to go wrong.
I mean, that's the reason I love 1920.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that kick at the end.
Yeah.
I love the big punch.
Exactly.
And
that's what the
and
Jack
gives you. That. I mean, it's
absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. Man.
But yeah, these are both great. I think if you're newer to rye and you're getting into it, the Old Forester might be a little more accessible just because it's not so spicy or punchy. But if you're an experienced rye drinker, get after that Jack Daniels.
For sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I traveled today. My day started at lunchtime with a little bit of Uncle Nearest.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know Uncle Nearest, so Nearest Green was a former slave that was Jack Daniels' master distiller.
Mm-hmm.
Taught Jack Daniels how to really distill whiskey, and then now the Uncle Nearest Distillery has, in honor of Nearest Green, has the Uncle Nearest brand. And generally, when I'm in the American Airlines lounge, that's what I get. It's the Uncle Nearest.
That's true.
On the plane they were out, I had Jack Daniel's Old Number 7.
Hey.
About 4 o'clock. So now, like I said, I've had my run of Jack Daniel's today. But again, all of them brown-forman products. They're Uncle Nearest is not, but I don't think
associated,
but at least associated.
tangentially associated there.
So it's a good round out of the day. And again, both of them are great pours.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And maybe that's the bottom line. Brown-forman products are always good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man, I haven't had a brown-forman product. Well, let me take that back.
You don't have to name it.
Yeah, I don't have to name it. There was one. There was one that
Just one.
we all didn't like too
Yeah.
much, but every other Old Forester brown-forman product I've had, I mean, if they're putting their name on it, it's good stuff.
Yeah, sure.
It's good stuff.
100%.
So,
You see those single barrel Old Foresters, jump on it.
All
See
the
Absolutely.
time.
that single barrel proof Jack Daniels, the
Oh,
bourbon
yeah.
or the rye, I'm
Yeah.
buying it.
yeah. Gold label all
100%.
day long.
Yep.
All day long.
Well,
We'll wrap us up.
Yeah. Hey, no, we appreciate you taking a look at this with us. We're really excited about these two ryes here. We've had a great time tasting them. The best way to support the channel is to like and subscribe down below. Let us know what you want to see. Are there any other barrel proof or single barrel offerings that you want to see head to head? We love doing these head to heads. Not always blind. We usually blind them off camera because we end up looking like idiots if we do them on camera. So we started doing those off camera. Let us know what you want to see. And as always, drink responsibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.